Back again, part 3 of a 4-week series of repairing a Rd500 fuel tank. This is the sister tank. This is the colour we're going for, the white, the blue and the red. This blue stripe and the Yamaha wood, these are stickers, but all the rest you've got to paint yourself. Okay, first weekend we took the fuel tank, the old burgundy one, down to bare metal, and then we put it into a primer. This is an acrylic filler primer. It's 2K, meaning it's 2-part. That's the material, the primer filler. That's the hardener for it. You also add thinners to this when you're doing it. Most important out of all this, and this is why I was stressing it's not a how-to, this stuff is really toxic. You can't just use any mask. You have to get the specific filtration system that is going to stop this from causing you serious harm, okay? My advice, and this is what I do, is go to a professional supplier of materials, explain the project, what you want to do, and they will give you guidance on what is the correct kit. But as I stressed at the beginning, I am not an expert in this. I've got limited skills and limited knowledge. But why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I'm a do-it-yourselfer. And that means the principle of do-it-yourself is learn as much as you can, and some of it is trial by error. But I don't want anyone to get hurt. So don't follow what I'm doing. Go and figure it out for yourselves. Okay. Another very important part, and this is going to sound a bit daft coming from somebody who never reads the instructions on how to do anything. All right, if you do want to get a good result, I advise you to get as much training as you can in terms of painting. But on the back of this particular style of acrylic filler primer, it'll tell you what grit of paper you're supposed to be using, whether you're using it by hand or by machine. In this case, 800 to 1000 by hand. So over there, in fact, just before we do this, if episode 1 was to get into bare metal and then into this protective coat of primer. So where we finished last week's episode 2, the tank was over there hanging up and it was in white. And I said, oh, I've got a small defect on the side of the tank and a run, and it shouldn't take too much to repair it. Well, okay.
So we are back to primer.
Yeah, back to primer. And that's because I went down to bare metal when I was trying to get rid of, there was a small defect around about here, and when I started trying to clean it up, it went through the bare metal. A couple of runs in there, they were easy enough to repair. There was another little tiny bit of damage in here that I got into bare metal. The point is, once you hit bare metal, you're going back to primer, all right? Mm-hmm. So
more practice.
More practice. All right. Now, in total amount of time we spent so far, 22.5 days is where we got to the end of last episode. And the end of tomorrow will actually be 23 days. How do I work that out? If I was doing this yesterday, I'm doing some more today, I'm going to do some more tomorrow. How's that work out? Well, actually, the sanding yesterday and then putting it into this 2-pack grey filler primer, is about an hour and a half yesterday. To sand this now and then put it into a white base coat today is about another hour and a half. That's 3 hours over 2 days. And then tomorrow, to mask off, put the stickers on, do the red, and then let it set. That should be a maximum of 3 hours worth of work tomorrow. So that's 6 hours.
I'm going to hold you to this.
Well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So how did I do? Did I finish in time, Trace?
You did.
I did?
I think.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
I wasn't taking much notice.
All right.
But I'm timing you for today.
Yeah, okay. So we've got a maximum of 3 hours to do this today. One of the things, so what we're going to do next, by the way, sorry, we're going to key this up with 1000 grit, and then let me just grab those stickers. We've got the sticker kit, so you've got 2 Yamaha decals for the side. You've got this black and white stripe that kind of goes along here and then down, and then we can mask off and paint the red, and then on top of the red, you've got a warning sticker, you know, whatever type of petrol it is that you're supposed to use. Okay, anyway, they're $92 delivered, or $93. Right, so we'll key up the whole thing, because the next time this surface is going to see any paint, it's going to be lacquer.
The gloves are coming on. Are you ready?
Am I ready? Yeah. Slight change of plan, folks. So I'm now getting the wax and grease remover, which can only mean one thing. I'm going to do some more white paint. So why are we doing more white paint? Okay, when I started just going over it, there's a couple of little spots, and I thought, I can do better than that. So, because it doesn't take very long, we're just going to put another couple of coats of white paint over this. And it does go off fairly quick. I've changed the painting position because that's where, when I've had it hung up here and I've been painting, that's what's kind of allowed me to go a little bit thin in one or two spots. Not massively. And in the majority of the areas where I was a little bit thin, the red paint was going to go over that anyway. But hey.
Just to be safe.
Oh, just be safe, yeah. Just go a little bit more.
Well, you're on a time.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to eat up too much time. I think we'll be all right.
Cool.
The rain's calming down. Okay, this is no longer episode 3 of 4. It's now episode 3 of 5. We're going to have to bail on it. The reason being we've had a bit of reaction around the front. The rest of it looks really, really good. So we'll come back and have another crack at it again next week.